boxing fans and all who are gonna watch this interview. Ladies and gentlemen, here with Coach Rick Ramos and the champion representing Chicago, Jessica Mccaskill. Welcome to New York.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here again. How you guys feeling?
Good.
Tell us the reason, there's a fight, today, but is there any other reasons that you guys showing in New York? And of course, it's gonna be a big movement now.
Yeah, anytime we have the opportunity to reach out to fans and kind of go, be face to face and meet people, take pictures, we take that opportunity. And this was an opportunity to see a fight and also to spend some time with New Yorkers. So we're very happy to be here.
Hey, as much as I can say, I'm gonna point to right here. This beautiful bell over here is one of the reasons that I think, in my opinion, is a hard task in order that you have to defend it, because many, female athletes that will come, they will try to say, "Hey, I want it with me. I want it with me." But here is the champion. Tell us how hard it takes for you, or you focus on that in order that keep it to yourself, like no one will take that from you.
I mean, when I started out, I was headhunting. I saw people that I wanted to take their position and take their belts, and so now I'm in that position. So I know there's people that are always looking to fight me or to take the title, and so I know every fight I have to get better, because whoever thought they were going to fight me before, when they finally get that opportunity, they're going to be the best of themselves. So I have to be the best of myself every single time. I can't just be the same fighter. I have to be better.
I'm willing to see you're developed, because I bet you that we haven't, all the fight fans, they haven't seen yet like 100% your skills. And I guess, and you're still young, super strong. I just when I shake your hand, I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh no. I said don't get me wrong, it's like much love and respect to the females, but I can tell that you really train hard.
Yeah.
I seen on small clips in your videos, like oof. I said, this girl really dedicates herself in order to defend this beauty over here. But
Sure.
what would it be like for you, maybe one day, because we are heading to Mexican Independence Day, September. Always, in these dates, Canelo used to fight, but I guess he has other reasons. Recently we just heard an announcement: Canelo versus Kovalev, November 2nd. Is there in Chicago? Do you walk with the belt, or someone asks you like, okay, we want you to represent part of the culture of Mexico, because I believe you carry culture of Mexico. So
yeah, we're always with the belt in Chicago for all of the fans, and we've had the opportunity to go to a couple of Latin events where we were able to speak to the crowds and the culture. I think that was right before the last October fight, and so we try to do as much outreach as we can. I'm half Latina, I'm half African American, so I just want to reach out to my roots and make sure that people know that there's a connection there.
it's awesome to hear that once like all the fight fans comes and see you, and of course it's very good to give them back in order that eventually some of them, or maybe no, most likely the fans, sometimes they don't see how sacrifice you put in order to keep this beauty over here, but it's eventually something that you want to give it back to the community. Your time very precious, and on my behalf I always said we gotta appreciate when the fighters comes and show up, because great example, Andy Ruiz, it was last week over here. And I don't know what was going on, but they didn't want us to make like publicity in order that fans will come and support Andy. But guess what, when Andy came out, the whole street, they was going crazy, because they were, oh, that's the champ. Do you get something like that when you walk on the street, like people like people that used to be in the school with you, like, hey, Jess, can I grab a picture? yes, can you give me a shout out? Yes.
It's nonstop. I mean, with the belt, without the belt, if I have just my team Mccaskill on or none of that, people just recognize my face, and you know they'll come up to me, and sometimes people they say, "Can I come up to you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, come on, come talk to me. I'm a normal person. I want to be able to converse with people and connect." I feel like the connection is really big because I want people, you know, to see where we connect on a smaller level, and then you know, see the hard work that we're putting in at a higher level, and then to know that they are connected with that. So this isn't something that I'm just doing for me so I can put, you know, all this stuff on my, you know, fireplace. You know, it's for the kids, it's for the people in my gym, it's for, you know, history. So I do get a lot of people that come up to me all the time, and that's more than welcome.
Well, you know, when it comes from my behalf, and of course the fight fans, you know, we get to see someone like it doesn't live in New York. We appreciate when someone show up and we show the love. I was one of the persons, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, like exalt my name and everything, but when Cal Brooks showed up in New York, he was so happy to see me that I came over, and I asked for an interview, I asked for a picture. He asked me, where are you from? I was like, I was born in Mexico, raised over here in New York, but and he was like, oh, I'm glad that, you know, I have, you know, people reach out for me, because even though, you know, my career is now, well, like, so it's kind of so right now, but you know, I appreciate that. So that's exactly what New York, you know, love is when it comes to give it back to the fighters.
Yeah.
In your team, in your corner, I seen that coach Rick Ramos just posted something. Is this girl a tough one? Because I seen her videos too. Summer, what can you say about, you know?
It's summertime.
It's summertime.
It's always summertime in Chicago. Summerland. She's young. She just started college. She's 18, and she's got a bright future ahead of her. I think I've been training with Summer since she was about 12. So we've been sparring for years, and she's been learning the ropes. And I'm very excited to see her pro debut October 12th at the Winter Arena in Chicago, Illinois.
Well, I know a lot of fight fans, they're gonna stay tuned, because women boxing is growing, you know, strongly. Today we have a show, you know, Heather Hardy, Amanda Serrano. We'll see, you know, who will be the winner. I wish that I can say, you know, Amanda. I wish I can say Heather. I don't know, maybe it could be a draw, who knows, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're willing to see it. And I don't know, you know, if any of these two girls, you know, maybe in the future you will be competing against each other. Only time will speak. Managers, promoters, they gotta gather together and see if it comes to this, you know, event.
Yeah.
Anyone, you know, like particular that you're, you know, pointing in, maybe you want to face it?
We've definitely talked to Amanda's team. Much respect to her and her team. We're both very exciting fighters, and you know that's something that the fans love in a fight. So that's something that's been discussed as far as myself and Amanda Serrano. We're looking to unify all of the belts. So, you know, if you have a belt, hang tight, keep winning, and we'll be there. Katie Taylor, she's supposed to be going after the WBO belt on my platform, the 140 pounds. So that'll come soon. Mccaskill Taylor too. So we'll look forward to that in the future.
The first one, it was tremendous fight. The second, I bet you, is gonna be super fireworks. You know, exactly, because you know, when it comes to the community, you know, much love and respect to the Irish people, and of course Mexicans, and that's gonna be a big holiday right there. Like a lot of drinking. It's like I remember when I spoke with McCollum, yeah. And he says, oh, when it comes to a Mexican Independence Day, I become Mexican. And if it comes to Irish, you know, you already know me. So I get to support, you know, my Mexican fans too. And I was like, thanks. I mean, Coach, what can you say? You know, Summer is going to do her pro debut in Chicago.
I think Summer is going to make a statement. I think she's going to be explosive. You know, she's been in mixed martial arts since she was like 7 years old. So she's no stranger to competing. She's competed more than half her life, so I think, you know, when it's time to shine, I think she's going to put on a dominating performance. And I hope that everybody knows that, you know, there's a new Chicago girl coming up right behind Jessica. You know, she's had the pleasure, like we've taken her to London, we've taken her to Reno, we've taken her to Detroit, we've taken her to Virginia, we've taken her everywhere. So she's Maryland. She's been at all the big fights for Jessica. Even as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, she's been with us the whole time. So I think she's ready. I think she understands what the pro level is. She has the amateur background. She's 2 times international champion, so she's faced competition all over the world. So I think it's her turn. You know, I think she's gonna come in right behind Jessica, and I think she's gonna make a statement. I'm excited for her. So I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited too. You know, willing to see, you know, what she will bring, because I'm pretty sure she has all Chicago, you know, eyes on her, and of course, you know, yourself too, because hey, you're gonna be there, you know, in order to support, you know, her, and just expecting, you know, great fight. It's gonna be huge, because Usyk is, I think, you know, fighting on that card. I mean, he's the main event. It's gonna be a good attraction for boxing when it comes from the bottom to all the way to the top.